Yo, yo, yo! Welcome back, welcome back. You already know who it is. It's your boy, Made Man Mellow, coming to you back live with some more Genshin morning slash afternoon. You already know it's your boy, Made Man Mellow. And make sure everything is good. And then we're going to get on the way. Try to do this about an hour or two because we got a truckload to do today. So let me make sure everything is right. We are good, ladies and gentlemen. We are good. We are positively 100% good.
Judgment! Lights out!
With the wind!
Hey, hey, hey. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Let's dance! Yeah!
Disappear!
Go, Barbara, go!
Let's go. Alrighty.
Judgment!
And also, I was able to reach level 50, baby. Yes, sir. The big 5-0.
Right.
With the wind!
Go, Barbara, go!
Let's go. Hiya. One more. You're on the way.
Please take a seat. Go, Barbara, go! But I don't want to. It tastes gross.
probably tastes like trash. If she gets if she gets to have a bowl of almond tofu. Almond tofu. Here you go. Fresh almond tofu. Pretty much got all that. I just need to do the chapter acts. I'm almost there. Alright. Let's go. Let's go.
Ad Astra.
Ad Astra.
Thank you for completing today's Ad Astra.
Ad Astra episode. Give me these funds, son. Ascension! Not done with you yet. Not done with you. Alright, let's go and fix this jade chamber. Get down. Why you shoot in? Golly. Swear they be making me go to the ends of the earth for a book. do. I should go and face old boy over here. I should. You know what? I'm going. I got bones to pick with you. Come on.
An assassin from our homeland, or a fool who trespasses upon the waters of Sesenta. Coveting the shapes of the living, pure water can take on many forms. In this way, shall water deliver your punishment. The power of water is its ability to take any shape.
Bring it.
Without solid ground, terrestrial creatures become simply helpless.
Not me. Don't take no impact. It's okay.
The power of water is its ability to take any shape. Power that ended Python! One who is ignorant of water's treasures fails also to comprehend its horrors.
Disappear!
Let's see what happens when you lose your foothold.
I ain't got nothing.
The power of water is its ability to take any shape.
To ashes!
rivers flow, water will exist forever.
No it, but not right now. Yeet. Your butt whooped. Don't mess with me. I just minding my business. Yeah, I got visions, but it's not for you. It's mine. Need anything? Bamboo ornaments. Look like I gotta go. This bamboo roots. Gotta chase boys away. Oh, they must be tearing up the bamboo. Ooh, yes. Ooh, yes. Really? That is so tragic. Oh, this is gonna be an epic big board. Got my hopes up. Whee! Thank you. Appreciate you. Ugh. Can't y'all stop? Bruh. Alright, let's do this ascension, right? Ascension! We ready? We ready? Let's get it. You know what? Let me make sure. Okay, I'm maxed out. I can't do any more. I am maxed out 90. Maxed out 80. I'm at 80 with her. I need to do some more grinding. Same with Bedo. We at 80s. Need to send her. I need 2 more. You know what?
I wonder when I'll be as
You know
tall as
what?
my big
That's gonna be my
sister.
next mission after I do this Ascension thing. I'm gonna go to the damn cube, the water cube, and then we gotta get some shrooms off the top of houses. Pretty much. Everybody's pretty much leveled up and ascended from what I have, except for these 2 because I ran out of materials. And if I look at my artifacts, I still need 6 more gold than artifacts to be level 20. So I need to open some more chests. Do a whole lot more. Alright. Let's go. So I take it it's gonna be some cryo energies in here. But I do have Bido. What will I get? Thunder Soother. Thundering Fury. I need those. I need those. Yes, yes, I need those. I definitely need those. I'm gonna try looking at it.
You can't run!
Let's dance.
Judgment! So you know your stuff, huh? Maybe this is just fate's dark design.
With the wind!
Let's touch it. Sister.
Let's try this.
You can't run! Judgment! Things are getting interesting. Go, Barbara, go! Let the show begin. You can't run! I'll protect us. Yeah! Judgment! So you know your stuff, huh? Go, Barbara! Yeah!
Wind blade!
You can't run! Shiver! Judgment! Let's dance!
Disappear! Wind blade!
You can't run! Is this my final job? Judgment! Or maybe this is just fate's dark design. Are you here to play with me? Let me amuse myself a little. Over here! Blink! Over here!
Wind blade!
You really know how to get me going. Power that ended Python! Oh, now you've got me worked up. The merrier. Let me amuse myself a little. I can't stop mouthing.
Wind blade! Yeah.
The more, the merrier.
With the wind!
Let the show begin.
Over here. Oh, now you've got me worked up. So very bored.
Wind blade!
I can't stop now. They need me.
The more, the merrier.
Has everyone stopped singing?
Over here. Blink. Yeah.
It's too tough. I have to do a level under. I don't want to switch teams. I'm stubborn. Too stubborn to switch teams, okay?
To ashes! Wind blade!
Stance.
Yes! Gotcha.
Disappear!
I'll protect us.
You can't run.
Let's dance.
It's not over.
Let the show begin.
Eyes on me!
Yeah.
Yeah, with the wind! Yeah. What? Yeah.
Don't worry about me. I'll
Judgment. Punishment.
Let the show begin. Huh. Hey, go, Barbara, go! Let's dance. I'll protect us. Yes, sister.
Judgment! To ashes! Yeah! Maybe this is just fate's dark sign. It's not over.
Come here! Damn it! Genshin! Leaving this shit. Fuck that. Alright, let's try it.
You can't run!
You don't want these problems? Nah, I'm just gonna stay ass over there. Yeah,
Power that ended my gun! You can't run!
Let's dance.
Judgment! Lights out!
Wind blade!
I ain't tell you to do nothing, Mr. Moonfire. hell out of there.
I'll protect us. Hey. Go, Barbara, go!
You can't run! Shiver!
Get back in the fray.
Let's dance.
To ashes!
Eat all these hits, please. Now.
Disappear!
You can't run!
Nope.
I'll protect us.
You can't run!
Bye-bye. Sit your butt down. Alright. And we're off. Gonna fight y'all. Go. Like, why would I fight y'all? Like, why? Why would I? Let's go. Oh, you waiting on Shmi? You waiting on Shmi?
Let the show begin.
What do you
Go
think?
deal with the okay, because they're gonna be on the nerves.
Lights out.
With the wind! Wind blade!
Miss.
Protect us.
Judgment! You can't run!
Wind blade!
Eyes on me!
Give me that shield. Bump your shield.
Wind blade! Disappear!
Shiver!
Let's dance.
Wind blade!
Judgment!
Come to me. Where you pop? You got your partners here. Mano a mano.
never go. Hi.
Leaving so soon.
Wind blade.
Come on, we can do it.
Judgment! To ashes!
Nope. Shield. Not my face.
Can't
Yes, I
run
can.
from death.
I just did.
With the wind!
Bye bye.
Wind blade!
Ascension. Oh, you waiting on me? Ah, shit.
You can't run!
Bye bye. Oh, yeah, big boy.
Judgment! Shiver!
Come on, big boy. Right here.
You can't run!
Come on, big boy. That ain't gonna do that.
Judgment!
Hi. Let the show begin.
Yeah!
Come on. Hey! Too slow.
Wind blade!
Let's dance.
You can't run! Yeah! Punishment!
Long ways. Missed. Missed.
I'll protect us.
You can't run!
Come on. Ah, shit. No. Smoking on.
Yeah! Let's dance.
big boy. Missed. You missed.
Yeah. You can't run. Shiver. Yeah.
Come on, bro. Hell bit.
Judgment.
Wind blade.
You can't run. Hit.
With the wind.
Judgment.
Let the show begin.
You can't run. Eyes on me! You can't run! Yeah!
Wind blade.
Lights out.
Ascension!
This will slow things down. What a nuisance. Judgment!
Wind blade.
Judgment!
Cheap tricks.
Disappear.
Take this. This will do.
Shiver! Judgment!
Cut down this. I can battle this.
The more the merrier. First round's on me.
Aha! There you are! Good to see you! Your appointment with Sangonomiya is fast approaching. We should get going. Are you ready? We'll start by heading to the camp on Watatsumi Island, and then we'll go meet Her Excellency together from there. If you start to feel seasick at any point during the trip, let me know straight away. That said, you've spent time with the Crux fleet in the past, so I think you'll probably be fine. Ready? And away we go!
Let's dance.
Zip.
Excuse me.
Here we are, the training grounds for Watatsumi Island's troops. Right now, the resistance is predominantly made up of local soldiers from Watatsumi Island. Some of them are fighting with the Shogun's army in Tatarasuna, and some of them are stationed here on the island to keep the locals safe.
Did you used to train here too?
Yep. Unfortunately, I had to join the fight in Tatarasuna before I'd had the chance to impress the instructors, so they had me start off by helping in the logistics division. I'll be staying here for now. If you need me for anything, just come here. If I'm not around, just write a note and stick it on the— Shoot! It's nearly time for the— I'll have to show you around.
So, Sangonomiya is the name of the place where Sangonomiya Kokomi lives? Huh. Let's go check it out. Food supplies are the absolute top priority, period. We cannot afford any losses. With the conflict between us and the Shogun's army getting more intense by the day, we must prioritize the stability of the rear guard.
Understood. I will think of a way.
Take heart. We have a fresh batch of supplies in hand, and I'm working on expanding the army. I appreciate that the lack of manpower has been hard on all of you, but things are going to get better.
We're expanding the army? Oh. Huh? Teppei, what are you doing back on Watatsumi Island? Might I ask who?
VIP guests of Her Excellency, that's who. I'm acting under orders to escort them both here.
Oh, really? Wait, so are you the new recruit everyone's been talking about? Strength of 20 men,
Here we
splits an
go.
arrow in twain from 100 paces, skin as hard as diamond. That's you?
Seriously? What is going on with these rumors?
You've come a long way. I'm sure you must be here on pressing business, so I won't disturb you any further. Feel free to visit me if you have any time to spare. Your Excellency, I'll take my leave.
Your Excellency, I couldn't help but overhear Okubo mention something about a third-party supporter? What was that about?
Not long ago, someone wrote to me saying that they wish to support the Watatsumi Island resistance effort. To that end, they also furnished us with a great deal of supplies. Thanks to them, we can finally start recruiting troops on the scale. I am not without my doubts. But Watatsumi Island is hardly affluent, and these supplies are a much-needed lifeline for us. The sender's conditions were also reasonable. They simply ask us to dedicate ourselves fully to fighting against the Shogun's army. Whatever other motives they may have, we are at least aligned on this. So let's consider them an anonymous ally. Naturally, we shouldn't let our guard down. If you discover anything out of the ordinary, please report it to me at once.
Your Excellency, does this mean that the food at the front line is gonna get any better? I was at the field hospital the other day, and everyone was begging for some barbecued meat.
Don't worry. I've already made arrangements for that. Everyone will have their fill of meat. But to be clear, still no alcohol.
That's fantastic!
I understand how hard it's been on everyone. The Resistance Army's rations have barely changed at all since the Vision Hunt decree was first announced. I will discuss this with the Logistics Division to see what further improvements can be made. However, our supplies are still limited. I must ask you to remain patient until victory is ours.
When will the Vision Hunt decree finally end?
That's the question. And I'm afraid I don't have an answer. The mere existence of the Vision Hunt decree is baffling. The Tenryou Commission's attitude just doesn't seem to add up, and neither does the Shogun's. The Tenryou Commission's zealous support for the decree seemed to come out of nowhere, and the Shogun seems completely indifferent to the fact that it has effectively caused a civil war. I suspect the Vision Hunt decree won't end until these mysteries are solved. All I can say for certain is that as long as the Vision Hunt decree remains in force, we will never give up our fight. Traveler, to confirm, knowing the good, I hereby appoint you as captain of the Watatsumi Island Special Operations Unit, Swordfish 2.
Whoa, what? Swordfish 2? Is this the same Swordfish Special Ops unit that I'm thinking of? It's hard enough getting into a Special Ops unit at the bottom rung, let alone jumping to captain in one fell swoop.
Although this appointment breaks with convention, I firmly believe that with your wisdom, courage, and strength, you can lead your team to victory.
Great! So when do we take up our post?
The members of Swordfish 2 are currently on standby in a valley to the southwest. I have already written your appointment letter, which you'll need to show them on arrival. The Special Ops Unit comprises Watatsumi Island's elite soldiers. They can be a little rough around the edges, but I have every confidence that you will win their trust.
What about me, Your Excellency? Any battles you need me to get involved in? I want to make a contribution to the Resistance too.
Of course. I'll arrange something and...
All right! One successful operation coming right up! You may have swiped the captaincy.
Okay, sure. Well, well, Traveler, let's move out.
He's 17 plus. Got a long way to go.
Ah, you must be the new captain of Swordfish 2. Her Excellency briefed us in advance. Your reputation precedes you, and the appointment letter is all in order. But I still have my doubts.
About what?
I'll be straight with you. I want to know whether you have what it takes to lead us.
You mean, like...
Normally, a duel would be the quickest way to settle the question. We're stationed here because of all the Ronin causing trouble in these parts.
All right, let's...
Kumi.
Don't we have a job to do?
Chesticles. Another chesticle. Hey, big boy.
To ashes! Judgment!
I'll protect us.
Punishment!
With the wind!
Judgment!
You can't run!
Give me that.
A reward on the road. get down to business.
Do I got you? Yeah, I do.
Come on, we can do it. Lights out.
Power that ended Python!
Finally, I do the very...
Okay, seems like you can hold your own. The rumors are exaggerations, of course, but still, your abilities are admirable. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kotoku, acting captain of Swordfish 2. This is Yoshihisa, a fellow veteran of the team. I now formally cede the position of captain to you. Swordfish 2 awaits your orders.
There are 2 hard-hit areas. This was one of them, but thanks to you, this area is now secure. There are only remaining strong. That said, the ones over there are tougher, and there's more of them.
You got that right. Watatsumi Island is busy fighting...
See if I can do it official.
In the name of the prince...
Got it. Thank you, official.
Insubordination!
Intruders.
Wish me luck!
Things are going so smoothly today.
Ah. What that supposed to mean?
That's not even all of them. They have whichever camp we attack, it's the... But Captain, if we spread our troops too thin...
Yep, the trap...
All right then.
Ain't too many nothing.
How's this?
Finally, I to the very
Wind blade!
Take this!
Eyes on me!
Fall before me!
Let's dance.
I'm ready!
You can't run! Judgment!
Let the show begin. Ready, steady,
This battle.
That should be the last of them. You didn't get hurt, did you? Cool.
Captain!
Captain, the other two camps have been cleared.
Great. We saw, but what's next?
Finally, we got it done. These Ronin have been bugging.
What? No way could you have taken them down without the new captain here. I was putting the safety of the team first. Got it?
Oh, come on.
Hey, cut the attitude! These guys, honestly. Forget them. Let's go.
Nice. I'm starting to lose count.
Disappear!
Shouldn't get careless.
I'll protect us.
Justifying
Judgment!
you need a
Punishment!
Wind blade!
Out of my sight.
Power that ended Hydrodon!
Have a load of this.
just as...
Let the show begin. Lights out.
Wind blade!
Yeah!
Give me that. Give me that.
A reward on the road.
Kiss my behind. Just gonna blast off on top of the thing. It's not happening right now.
Come on! We can do it! How was it? Did your initiation go smoothly? I'm sure you're playing it down a little. Kotoku and the others put you through your paces, I presume. But with your level of ability, I'm sure it was a walk in the park. Since you're back, I take it that the Ronin are now gone from Watatsumi Island?
You bet! We sure showed them who's boss!
Good. Now we just need to make sure Okubo keeps a close watch to prevent their resurgence. Thank you. I believe in rewarding merit, so you will be compensated for your hard work. Let me see. Too soon for another promotion, I think. I could increase your pay.
Yes, give me more money, please. I could always use more money.
I gave him an assignment. He's taking part in a surprise attack against the Shogun's navy. He expressed a desire to be on the front line, so I honored his wishes. Now, speaking of assignments, I have a special mission I'd like to give you.
A special mission?
Special mission, let's go.
Yes. In between Watatsumi Island and Tatarasuna, there are some ruins relating to a god who fell in the Archon War. There are several small islands there, often used as a transit point when transporting supplies. Recently, however, supplies stored there have started to go missing for no obvious reason. Stranger still, the Resistance Army passed by and reported they found no signs of danger. I'd like to task you with getting to the bottom of this. It's not urgent, so there is no need to leave immediately. I suggest you take a few days to familiarize yourselves with the... When Teppei returns, you can...
Is Teppei really? He has a tendency to dive into action without thinking things through. Oh...
Long time no see! So, how's Swordfish 2 treating you? Getting along okay with... Well, you're in luck, because this seasoned veteran's got a few leadership tips for you. Raising their pay will boost morale, while giving them a few bounties will act as an incentive to go the extra mile. It's also important to maintain strict discipline at all times, and finally... wait. What was it? What was it?
Wow! Where'd you learn all that, Teppei?
I read it in a novel from the Yai Publishing House. It was a long time ago. You wouldn't believe how many dongo it took to convince my friend to let me borrow it.
You're seriously gonna use a novel to tell people how to run an army?
Ha ha! That's where you underestimate me. That's right, I'm learning military. You'd better believe it. Thanks to my outstanding achievements in the recent naval battle, I have officially been made the captain of my very own Special Operations Unit. It's a brand new unit, Herring 1. What do you think? Pretty awesome, right? I spoke to Her Excellency, and she says our uniforms are... Let's go collect them together once they're ready. Ah! Everything's going great. Our mystery sponsor supplies have really helped turn things around.
Will Paimon get a uniform too?
Of course. You're a recognized member of the Watatsumi Island Resistance.
Captain, a new assignment has come in.
Thank you, soldier. I'll be there on the double. All right, I better go. See you again soon. You'd better watch out, partner. At the rate I'm going, I'll overtake you if you're not careful.
Ha! In your dreams, miss.
I wouldn't be so confident if I were you. I'm at the top of my game right now. This is my time to shine.
Paimon's so surprised that Tepe's been made a platoon captain. He must have been working super hard. Let's take a break, then go check out these Archon War ruins.
Crap.
Wind blade.
You can't run! Shiver!
Oh, really?
inches.
Go, Barbara, go! Things are going so smoothly today. Go, Barbara, go! Go, Barbara, go!
How you doing, Sparky? What's going on? Ooh, raid! Thank you, thank you, thank you, Sparky. I appreciate it. Okay, they dragging this. It's going good. It's going good, making some progress. Real good progress. Pretty much right on track of where I need to be. They are really dragging this. Uh-huh. Pretty much, I'm like, can we leave? Like, you know, I don't want to take nothing from y'all. Y'all have y'all little conversation now, you know. Paimon trying to eat food and get rich. That is Paimon, okay? Anything else? She not with that. Like, if you're not gonna pay Paimon, if you're not gonna do none of that stuff, leave her out. Right. One so little yet acts so high and mighty and greedy.
In the name of the prince.
This should be the place. But Sankanomiya was right. It doesn't look like anything suspicious is going on. Could they be hiding? Let's see what we can find. These electro monuments look a little suspicious.
Sword. Alright.
a huge launch, Drew! Was it drawn out by the electro energy?
I appreciate it. Thank you for the raid as well. Thank you.
With the wind!
No rest for the wicked.
Punishment!
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Wind blade!
You can't run! I summon thee!
One shall descend once again.
Power that isn't passed on!
Good job, good job.
Phew! Glad that's over. As monsters go, that one was pretty tough. But what's such a huge Thunderhelm Lodge Earl doing here in the first place? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, the good thing is that it's over now. We should probably get going. Uh-huh.
Wow, I just got back from delivering some supplies to the front line. I figured I'd stop by and clear any threats in this area on the way back.
Are you alright there, buddy?
I'm fine. It's nothing. I must have caught a cold. On my way past, I heard that someone had just arrived on the island to investigate. If there'd been some real danger, I might have had the chance to be the hero. Shame it was just you guys. Guess I came here for nothing.
Pepe, don't you think there's something strange about this place?
Now that you mention it, there is something a little off about it. It could be that the Tatarigami is more palpable here, I guess. We're not that far away from Orobashi's remains.
Orobashi? Who's that?
A god. Look, there's the corpse over there.
Ah, it's a gigantic snake skeleton! Oh, it looks terrible!
Orobashi was the one who brought our ancestors from Enkanomiya up to the surface. That's the origin of the Watatsumi Island, you know. Our ancestors regarded it as a guardian deity. But the Raiden Shogun came out in person and slew Orobashi with the Muso no Hitotachi.
Okay.
That same slash also formed what later became known as Musojin Gorge.
The Raiden Shogun created Musojin Gorge in one slash? Wow, that's pretty incredible!
Yes, but the Archon War was brutal. And Yashiori Island was completely destroyed. Since Orobashi's death, there has always been some... When Orobashi attacked civilization, the Shogun stood up and put... But now that the Shogun is stripping people of their ambitions with the Vision Hunt Decree, it's time for someone to stand up and stop the Shogun. Alright, I'm heading back. You should report back to Sangonomiya as soon as possible.
Okay, you need to take some medicine.
Hey, don't worry about me. Peak condition.
You about to pass out.
Pepe sure made some big progress if he's already dealing with Shogunate samurai. Paimon can hardly believe it. Let's report back to Kokomo.
We can do...
Be right back. Whee!
It's hard to remain on dry land for so long. Could never quite seem to get my land legs back.
And I'm back, baby. Let's go.
If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready.
Seashells by the seashore.
Kokomi, we're back! Oh, look, Goro's here too! What?
Approximately how many people are exhibiting the...
I haven't had the chance to do a full...
Kokomi...
Recently, some of our soldiers started showing symptoms of accelerate. I called them in for questioning and found out they'd privately acquired some... Most of them are highly ambitious types, vehemently opposed to the Vision Hunt decree. They've been using these new weapons secretly since getting a hold of them.
So that's why the war has been going unusually well. But risky secret weapons are not the answer. We must put a stop to it immediately. Goro, have you managed to acquire one of these weapons?
Well, most of the officers refuse to hand them over. Still, I did manage to get one.
Do you know something about this?
So that means our secret sponsor is the Fatui?
But why would the Fatui do this? Forget that. There's no time. Right now, we need to inform the whole army to cease using their delusions immediately. All soldiers who have shown symptoms are to be taken for treatment. I just hope we'll be in time to save them.
Wait a second. Speaking of soldiers with symptoms... No! Surely he can't have... let's go check on him.
He did. He definitely did.
Still a bit sore.
Boy, knocked out.
Oh. Hey guys. What are you doing here? Just a moment. Let me get up. Oh, right. Yeah. I haven't had time to give you the full details. Well, I made a lot of great contributions to the war effort lately. Fighting the Shogun's army at sea. If only I were stronger still. It wasn't long after you were made captain of Swordfish 2. They gave it to me and said that as long as I have the will to become stronger, his secret weapon will answer my call. It's just like a vision. Delusion. So, what's the... Gosh. I've been getting more and more tired. At first, I'd find I was a little more beat than usual after a battle. This is a real shame. Guess I didn't receive. Hey, when our uniforms are ready. What's that look for? Don't.
Pepe!
Aether's pissed.
Where are you
Aether's
going?
definitely
Hey!
pissed.
How's Tepe's condition? I have put out the order to cease. The vast majority are showing some loss of vitality, but nothing serious. Sadly, a few have been less fortunate.
Your Excellency, I'm planning to establish a dedicated field hospital to monitor their condition. The soldiers are up in arms about the ban, though. They know full well what a delusion is, but they still intend to keep using them.
Okay, I'll leave you to deal with this. This whole fiasco is certain to be a blow to morale. If the Shogun's army attacks now, what are your thoughts? No,
Lady,
the Sakoku decree is
I
still
do
in
not
force.
care.
So their
I
delusions must be
am
produced
not
within
with
Inazuma's
y'all.
borders.
Do you understand? I have no affiliations. I am a traveler. I can do what I want.
To organize an operation of this scale, they will have had to mobilize a huge... If we want to stop them, we have to destroy the factory where the delusions are made. It's dangerous to go alone.
Your Excellency, given the urgency, the Fatui are sure to take notice. If we spend any longer amassing, we'll get wind of our plans and...
If the pieces meet these criteria, I may lose you too.
Huh? You mean to the delusion factory? Really? You aren't gonna think
No.
it over first?
Come on, Paimon.
Fine.
Let's go. Ha ha ha.
The insolent shall be punished.
Leave me alone.
Another test subject. Freeze! Outrider Amber at your service.
At the ready. Bet you can't keep up with me. Another target tracked down by Outrider Amber. Wish me luck!
Let the show begin.
You can't run! Back at ya! Yeah! Shiver!
Barely!
Easy.
A reward on the road.
Alright, let's see. 210, so this be a little. Oh, I think I know who I'm finna face. I have an idea. Hi.
Let's move! Disappear! You can't run! Wind blade! Don't be a killjoy! We've only just begun!
To ashes!
You can't run! Well, neither can I.
You can't run!
I miscalculated.
Shit. Get these hands.
So, is this what delusions are made from? So much crystal mirror. I've never seen that before. Wait a second. Are they getting this from Rito? So the conjure commission are...
Wind blade! Looks like I went too far.
The more, the merrier. Look at me. Just...
You need to hurry up! Unfortunate!
Judgment! Shiver!
Wind blade! Shouldn't get careless. Cook this through.
Yikes! It looks dangerous. We'd better watch our step or we might get hit.
This ain't that. Open sesame.
Intruder spotted! Do not let them impede the work of the Harbingers! You'll never get out of here alive! That'll be hard for a great kid.
Run! You can't run!
Let the show begin.
I gotta sweat.
Be a killjoy! Judgment! Wind blade!
Let's end this quickly. No slacking now. I shoot through you. You can't run.
Disappear!
Well, get it together, bag. Looks like I went too far.
I'll protect us. Huh?
Now this idiot must have a death wish.
Don't be intimidated! Lord Harbinger will be here soon!
Punishment! You can't run! No mercy! Wind blade! Eyes on me! Ha! Out of my sight! Her Majesty's power flows through me!
Let's dance.
Out of my face. Right now.
Feels clogged.
Judgment!
Let's go time. Tam up.
You actually managed to find this place. Congratulations.
So, you're another Fatui Harbinger? Like Senora and Child?
Senora and Child. I didn't know you and my two least reliable colleagues were acquainted. I'm the Balladeer. Number 6 of the Fatui Harbingers. Delighted to meet you, oh mighty traveler. So many visitors today. To what do I owe the honor? Oh, so that's what this is about. I think you've got the wrong idea. I know how this looks, but I'm just here to follow orders. I'm obviously not the mastermind behind this. Aren't you supposed to be pretty tough? What are you waiting for? Go get them. You're getting all worked up over nothing.
Let's fight.
Didn't have you down as being so weak.
How can you say this is nothing?
How can you call it anything more? It's the way of the world. Human life is worthless. They were always going to die, with or without a delusion. At least having one gives them a chance to fulfill their ambitions. Do you have any idea how useful the Vision Hunt decree is to us? It took a lot of work to make it happen. Obviously, it was in our best interests. Good news is, our hard work is finally paying off. Generating conflict creates a big market for delusions. Now we just let the promise of power draw in the weak. For just a small price, they get the feeling of controlling the world, trading their life for supreme power. Pretty good deal, don't you think?
So, the Fatui started the Vision Hunt decree? You've been behind it all along?
From the outside, Inazuma looks pretty impenetrable. But on the inside, it's a land of opportunity. With a little effort, we were able to break them down from within. Eternity stretches things out over a long time, but each moment within it becomes all the more fragile. Take your friend in the Resistance, for example. There's nothing you can do now. He's a lost cause, just like a bubble on the water. The more it takes from them, the more tightly they hold on to it. And the more...
Hey, calm down!
Ain't no calm.
No!
That's it. Just like that. Embrace the anger. Embrace it! The wrath of the gods fills this factory, and it feeds on your anger.
What's happening? Get up!
My girl! Yaimiko!
Repeat after me. 3,
Hey,
2,
Yaimiko.
1. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Oh, you recognize me right away. Your brain seems relatively unscathed. This is good news. It's just as well, really, with the amount of effort it took me to get you back here. Honestly, it was like you were glued to the ground back there.
Nico? Paimon's been wanting to ask you about something. How come you're acting so differently from when we first met you?
Am I? Maybe it's because I had the other shrine maidens leave. Anyway, I've always been like this. People show you whatever side of themselves they want you to see. I know this for a fact. Every side of me is the real me. People just like to define things in all sorts of arbitrary ways. This is a human society. At the moment, anyway. And I'm just doing as I please.
Paimon didn't quite follow.
Study humans a while longer, my little friend. You'll see what I mean.
Right! Paimon was so focused on the Traveler that Paimon didn't notice what you did to get Scaramouche off our backs.
What if I told you it was a secret art from the Grand Narukami Shrine, and that I had the balladeer down on his knees, begging for mercy in an instant? Would you believe me? Well, maybe you should be worrying less about that, and more about how exactly you're going to thank me. Maybe some of your neural circuitry is less intact than I thought. I didn't mean you had to be so formal about it. I need your actions, not your... The delusions. They're still on your mind, aren't they? You needn't worry. The leader of Watatsumi Island took some troops to clear the place out. She's all with their stronghold exposed. I doubt the balladeer is stubborn enough to try and retaliate now on his colleagues' behalf. It would be more trouble than it's worth. I must say, I would relish the opportunity to watch the Fatui getting a taste of their own medicine. Well, anyway, that Sangonomiya Kokomi, she really outdid herself this time. I'd love to have another chat with her again in person, but alas, belief systems can be such a hindrance sometimes.
A hindrance? Should you really be saying that as the Gucci of the Grand Shrine?
Anyway, I'm only telling you this to stop you worrying so that you can focus on something I need you to do for me. You've met her, right? I'm not talking about the puppet. I mean her. You've met her, yes? Yes, the true Raiden Shogun, who meditates endlessly in the plane of Euthymia to preserve her being. Her name is A.
Are you saying that the one we met at the ceremony was just a puppet? And the real Raiden Shogun is the one that the Traveler met later? And does that mean that when the battlefield changed, so did the opponent?
Because this is the Raiden Shogun's eternity. Before pursuing the eternity of her nation, she had to reach eternity for herself. Since the physical body will eventually turn to dust, she replaced hers with that of a puppet. And since the spirit is susceptible to erosion, she placed her consciousness inside her sword, where she remains in a meditative state, free from all disturbances.
she carved open with her sword.
The plane of euthymia. Essentially, the world inside her mind. A place that typically only allows her existence. She shuts herself off in her inner world, leaving all the affairs of the outside world to be dealt with by a puppet, who has a singular focus on the pursuit of eternity. This is the approach A has come up with for realizing eternity. You mean Morax? It's been a while since I last saw him. A surprising decision by Liu's Archon. What a fascinating god he is.
It seems like the Raiden Shogun's approach solves the problem Zhongli was facing, though.
Perhaps. Or you could take the view that she's acting like a little child, throwing a temper tantrum and locking herself in her room. Don't you think? The grand notion of eternity she once held has long since given way to the eternity of her own definition. And ultimately, her eternity is defined by fear. The truth is, we are on the same side. You want to save the people of Inazuma from the Vision Hunt Decree. So do I. The only difference is that I'd rather like to save this nation and save A while we're at it. The key is that the plane of euthymia represents A's inner world. Defeat her there, and you may well have the chance to shake the Raiden Shogun's will.
So this is your plan? To abolish the Vision Hunt Decree?
Well, is there any other
Not
plan?
by talking her out of it.
Paimon,
Or through an armed
do you have a better plan,
resistance.
Paimon?
But by, hopping inside the Raiden Shogun's inner world?
You're a fast learner. In short, don't you realize how special you are? Remember, the plane of euthymia is a space where only she is allowed to exist. The fact that you could appear there tells us one crucial thing. That you have piqued her interest. Perhaps it's because she has never seen an individual who is so unpredictable in the face of eternity.
Has no one else ever been in there?
None. No one has seen the devotee of eternity since she shut herself away. In fact, no one even knows what it looks like in there. Your existence is more than just an opportunity. It's the very key to all of this. To that I say, well done, child. You did not disappoint me after all.
Wait, you're leaving? Where are you going?
Anti-Raiden Shogun training. I've prepared a special program just for you.
Here we go.
Come along.
What? Another bad one? Let me try again.
We're gonna do it here? And what?
Think of it as a catalyst that can reproduce the Raiden Shogun's combat. It'll give you a chance to figure out her. The aim is to try.
That did not go smoothly.
What a workout! So how come you know so much about the Raiden Shogun?
You mean me? Perhaps it's because I'm the Electro Archon's familiar.
What? Like Dvalin is to Barbados? Huh. Never.
It sounds like you'd be more persuaded if you saw me in my fox form in your dreams.
Aw.
More curious than my appearance is the fact that she and I don't see each other anymore. A nation to last for all eternity. At some point, she started going down a path that became increasingly difficult for me to... You know, A never said goodbye to me before she stepped into... Perhaps it's just my wishful thinking, but I think she did this deliberately, as her way of keeping our friendship eternal. By neither saying goodbye nor seeing me again, our relationship will remain forever how it was. Since we've embarked on two very different paths to eternity, I have chosen the latter because if stubbornly isolating herself in the plane of euthymia is her idea of eternity, then my duty as her eternal familiar is to drag her back.
Aw, Miko.
I'm only telling you this so you can properly understand my plan. Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. Time.
There's a party.
All right.
Let the show be. Lights out. Come on, we can do it.
You can't run! You can't run!
Windblade!
To ashes! Punishment!
Let's dance. We're finally done.
You did quite admirably. I could see your determination and your hard work.
So, do you think we're ready to be...
How do I put this? You are no match for her at all.
Wait, what? So...
You are the most
I'm just a
important part of the
decoy.
plan. I know what I'm... Speaking of, Traveler, what do you think of the... You're absolutely right, considering even their visions...
You don't have to be so blunt.
I don't... It is precisely because of their helplessness, because their visions have been taken... In short, if everything goes according to plan... Oh, goodness, is that the time? I have another guest to receive today. We can talk more back at the Grand Narukami Shrine.
All of the sudden, you're entertaining guests? Hyman's...
Okay, we can talk here. You asked me about the plan. In fact, before one makes a plan, what is the most important thing one must do?
Don't know. What is it?
You must understand the Vision Hunt Decree was obviously devised as a means of manipulating the Shogun. The ones behind it knowing full well her susceptibility as a puppet. Yes, this now. We also know that every aspect of the Vision Hunt Decree's promulgation and execution has been enthusiastically spearheaded by the Tenryou Commission from...
Ayaka was saying that every time they submitted a petition against the Vision Hunt Decree, the Tenryou and Kanjo commissions would...
Yes, it's all too clear that both the Tenryou and Kanjo commissions are in some... Thus, the current situation is that our Fatui antagonist is still at large. Unfortunately, given that said antagonist is under the protection of 2 commissions and the Raiden Shogun, we would be rather hard-pressed to track them down.
So, what should we do?
It will be easier for us to start with someone from Inazuma. So my plan is to incite rebellion in the
Rebellion? What are you talking about?
When I say rebellion, I don't mean betraying the shogunate. I mean, inciting a certain someone to betray the Tenryou Commission. If we manage to convince her, I'm quite sure we'll be able to get you another audience with the Raiden Shogun. I'll give you a clue. She's currently in charge of the Shogun's army. She visits the She also appears to be standing right behind you.
Don't move a muscle. You've got some nerve showing up here in the shrine when there's an active warrant for your arrest. Don't even think about trying anything. Surrender now. You're coming with me to headquarters. Seize him!
Affirmative.
Under these nuts.
Kujusara!
It seems that you're forgetting. This is the Grand Narukami Shrine. Use of force here is strictly forbidden. Before you proceed, which of you would like to face criminal charges for dishonoring the Shogun,
Ugh. Hate to see it. Emotional damage.
Gujiyai, please tell me you are not sheltering a wanted criminal here.
We are just friends. I don't see what sheltering has to do with it. Tell your...
All of you outside!
As you wish.
Gujiyai, I'm a little curious. Does it not also dishonor the Shogun?
You're the same as ever, Kujo.
As a servant, loyalty to the Shogun is my duty. And as a warrior, I dedicate my life to following the way of the Shogun.
Even though she will one day seize your vision too?
The Vision Hunt Decree is the Shogun's chosen course, and I shall not question it.
Yeah, okay. Until it happens.
Oh, it's tragic. Such wholehearted devotion rendered meaningless by circumstance. Have you been kept in the dark? Or are you the only one left in the light?
Lady Guji, I need you to be direct. Tell me exactly what you mean.
The Vision Hunt Decree is a trap. Part of a Fatui plot to bring Inazuma to its knees. And your masters, the Kujo clan of the Tenryou Commission, they're the ones keeping the truth from reaching the Shogun.
You're saying the Kujo clan betrayed the Shogunate?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Gujiyai, your allegation is not only dangerous, but ridiculous. The Tri-Commission has served the Shogun since ancient times, and remains absolutely loyal to this day. Ever since I was adopted by the Kujo clan, I have seen and heard nothing but pure devotion toward the Shogun. At every level of the Tenryou Commission, especially from the head of the clan, Kujo Takayuki. He reveres the Muso no Hitotachi more than anyone. My own respect for the Shogun pales in comparison to his. How could he ever even dream of acting against the Shogun?
3 days. Come back here in 3 days and I will show you the evidence. As a Guji, there's one thing I know very well. People believe whatever they want to believe. Some things you do not see, simply because you do not wish to look. And so, it falls to me to place the truth before your eyes, in all its ugliness.
3 days? He will have to come with me.
Wonderful. Then I'll see you in 3 days.
Bye-bye.
That was so scary! Hi, but, Miko, you mentioned evidence of the Tenryou Commission's betrayal. Is that all in hand and good to go, or...?
Why are you always asking so many questions? Of course not. I just had to say something because I clearly wasn't convincing her. As plans go, changing the deity's mind is a huge gamble to begin with. We can't expect to be in control of every last detail when we're facing off against a god, can we?
Okay, but what are we gonna do, though? We only have 3 days!
If we want to get our evidence, we're going...
Aha.
The insult.
Wow, that's tragic. That's kind of tragic. What kind of thing that is?
A reward on the road.
Alright, I'm going to stop right here. Let me see if I can get some stuff.
Disappear!
Let the show begin.
I like it. Alrighty. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I appreciate Sparky for the raid. Appreciate my nickname. Thank you all, everybody for tuning in. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.